You know the power of belief. Maybe you believe in God. Maybe you believe in your own inherent goodness. Maybe you believe that each day is a gift that should be lived to the fullest. To some degree, we are our beliefs. Unfortunately, that also includes the negative beliefs that you have around love. These are what are commonly known as limiting beliefs. We all have them, and they are often the primary reason that you struggle to find a compatible partner. In this Love You podcast, we're going to tackle a few common limiting beliefs and help you find the right man. Stick around. I'm Marc Katz, dating coach for smart, strong, successful women and your personal trainer for love. Welcome to the Love You podcast. Keep listening to learn 3 beliefs that are stopping you from creating lasting love. When we're done, I'll let you know how you could apply to Love You to create a passionate relationship that makes you feel safe, heard, and understood. So my definition, I don't know if it's the definition, but my definition as a dating and relationship coach of a limiting belief is something that inherently holds you back. My entire life's work, right? Everything I've created, 1,500 blog posts and 200 podcasts and a 6-month curriculum in Love You, is about understanding your own limiting beliefs and learning to overcome them and produce a different result. So let me very quickly run through some of the most common limiting beliefs that at least my clients, smart, strong, successful women, have when it comes to dating, relationships, and men. There are no good men is a limiting belief. Men are only after one thing is a limiting belief. Online dating is a waste of time is a limiting belief. I'm too old or heavy to attract a man is a limiting belief. I'm not meant to find love is a limiting belief. Men always break up with me is a limiting belief. Men will always cheat on me is a limiting belief. I don't want to get married because marriages are unhappy is a limiting belief. So in Love You, the second week of the course, I offer a written exercise. There's like a half-hour video and audio and transcripts, and then there's this little exercise at the end of every week. And I ask you to write down all of your limiting beliefs and overcome them. You might be surprised at how many limiting beliefs around love you actually have. Maybe a few things I just said pushed your buttons. So today, in this short podcast and video, we're going to tackle 3 common limiting beliefs using nothing more than logic to overcome the deep emotional pull of your limiting beliefs that are holding you back from love. And the key is understanding, and this is kind of everything, right? You can go be your own dating coach after this, but the key to understanding is that whatever you're feeling in that moment that you feel so deeply is partially true, but it's almost never totally true. So let's take, for example, the 3 first things I mentioned earlier. There are no good men. Men are after only one thing. Online dating is a waste of time. So limiting beliefs, as we're defining them, are these very common black and white ways of looking at things that are kind of easy to shoot down. Yet we somehow live our lives under the premise that these are totally true and set in stone. And they're just not. There's way too many exceptions for any of these things to be true. So if you've ever said or believed, there are no good men, just ask yourself, have I ever met a good man? Seriously, this is how you overcome limiting beliefs. Have I ever met a good man? If it's not your father, maybe it was your brother. If it's not a family member, how about a sweet ex-boyfriend from college? If it's not a sweet ex-boyfriend from college, how about a coworker? If it's not a coworker, how about a guy friend? If it's not a guy friend, how about a friend's husband? If it's not a friend's husband, how about a dating coach you follow on the internet? So if you go through all of that, I will bet you're going to discover there are a lot of good men, and you'd be sincerely shocked, right? Or I'd be sincerely shocked if you discovered that of all the people in the world, the only good ones are women. It doesn't hold up to much logical scrutiny. If you date men, men seem to be the problem. But the truth is, even if most men are not your future husband, We can't make the logical claim that there are no good men or there are no good men left. And if your first reaction to this is, well, there are very few good men and all of those guys are already married, please consider A, all the married people were single at one point, right? So at some point, there are good single men. B, good men also marry poorly, make a mistake in their 20s or 30s, divorce, rebound, get themselves back on the market. So it's not like a good guy is necessarily married for life. And C, all it takes is one good man to make you happy for the rest of your life and break through this falsehood that there are no good men. So that's limiting belief number 1. Number 2, consider the belief that men are after only one thing. Now again, I'm a guy. I'm not here to whitewash it. You've seen plenty of evidence of guys' interest in sex. Guys ask for your photos immediately on the dating site. They send unsolicited photos of their own. They push for sexting or phone sex. They're trying aggressively to get laid and not necessarily associating sex with commitment. So you're not wrong that most men are interested in sex. Validated. True. At the same time, I don't know if you're friends with any married guys, but do you know that sex is a relatively small part of a successful marriage? It is. Hate to be the one to break it to you. Most men don't marry for access to regular sex, right? The pursuit of sex may drive the beginning of the relationship, but it isn't what sustains a good relationship for 40 years. You know that, right? You know that every man, any man worth his salt, has broken up with an attractive woman, someone he was wildly attracted to, even if the sex was great, because the relationship itself wasn't pleasurable or sustainable. You know that, right? You know that many men find sex relatively easy to come by. And therefore, if it's relatively easy to come by, it's not the main driver in why men choose to date some women and marry some women and not others. For me personally, after a decade of dating online, hooking up was the easy part. It was what kept me busy. But the hard part was finding a partner who saw me as I like to see myself and accepted me in full. Right? That's what I wanted, was to be accepted in full. That's what a lot of guys want. They don't necessarily know it. You may think they're just looking for young and pretty, but they all want to be accepted in full. So look how easy it is to knock down limiting belief number 2 about men only wanting one thing. So I can say in one breath, men look for sex and find love, but ultimately love is the thing that matters more in why men choose to get married and commit to other women. So third limiting belief that we're going to knock down today is the belief that online dating is a waste of time. Would I say that dating apps are worse than old school online dating sites? Sure. Would I say that texting is worse than emails and phone calls? Yeah, I would. Would I say that everybody has way too many choices, and because of that, good men and good women overvalue attraction, undervalue character, and are flaky and dismissive because there's always someone cuter that you could swipe right on? You bet. At the same time, virtually everybody that you know has tried online dating, and millions of people have found love that way. So could we really say with a straight face that online dating is worthless and a waste of time? I mean, if I did it, and my wife did it, and my mom did it, and my sister met her husband that way, and I've helped thousands of clients meet great guys online, how is it possible to make a convincing case that online dating is a waste of time? So we can say in one breath, yes, it's a highly flawed process. Yes, it puts you in contact with lots of losers. Yes, if you don't know how to do it right, you're going to invest a lot of time and energy in something that feels futile. But really, online dating is just a box filled with people. It's up to you to figure out how to navigate that box with joy and confidence and integrity and maybe even a sense of humor. So sure, you can give up on online dating because you feel it's a waste of time, but unless you can get yourself a date a week without it, right, and believe me, most of my clients want to do that, but most of us can't do that, your best bet is to learn how to use it more effectively rather than to write it off as a waste of time. And that's what we do in Love You. Week 7 is about online dating. 90 minutes of direction on how to choose a site, how to set up a profile, how to understand the opposite sex, how to screen guys, how to flirt, how to make this challenging medium actually work for you? All right, point by point. So if you find yourself listening to this, kind of fighting through these limiting beliefs, there's a simple exercise in week 2 of Love You to explain how to overcome these limiting beliefs. It goes deeper than whatever I did in this short piece. Because once you overcome your limiting beliefs and you start believing in yourself, start believing in the dating process and the possibility that there's a great guy out there, everything instantly becomes a lot easier and more pleasurable. Do you have limiting beliefs? If you're watching on YouTube, do me a favor. Comment below. Let me know what they are. Let me find out if I could help you. My name is Marc Katz. Thank you for tuning into the Love You podcast. For more episodes like this on YouTube, click on the subscribe button, ring the bell, choose all to ensure you get notified when new content comes out. If you're listening to the audio podcast, please share an honest review on Apple. More reviews equals more awareness of the Love You podcast and more love in the world. And if you want to find love right now and you're committed to making healthier relationship choices so you could have an easy partnership in which you feel safe, heard, and understood, look for the link below and apply for coaching with me in Love You. Thanks a lot.